You are listening to Something Rather Than Nothing. Creator and host, Ken Vellante. Editor and producer, Peter Bauer.
This is Ken Vellante with the Something Rather Than Nothing podcast and a special episode, music variety episode. And very pleased to present this episode to you with a lot of guests, former guests from the show, and some new musicians and sounds. First up, we got Bred Mongrels, and you might remember Buell Thomas from the show. Great musical talent. Known him for quite some time. Went to the University of Rhode Island together. Played in a great band at the time, Superbug. This is Bred Mongrels. Buell Thomas. Let the good times roll.
Let them good times roll. Let them knock you around. Let the good times roll. Let them make you a clown. Let them leave you up in the air. Let them brush your rock and roll hair. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Well, Bred, that's what I say. Let the stories be told. Let them say what they want. Let the photos be owned. Let them show what they want. Let them leave you up in the air. Let them brush your rock and roll hair. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Why don't you let the good times roll? Good times roll. If the illusion is real, let them give you a ride. If they got thunder appeal, let them be on your side. Let them leave you up in the air. Let them brush your rock and roll hair. Let the good times roll. Why don't you let the good times roll? Let the good times roll. Let them roll. Good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Good times, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let them roll. Good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Would you let the good times roll? Good times, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Good times, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Good times roll.
next we have a beautiful song from Luna und Sund. Peter Sund from Denmark, and had him on the podcast recently with some beautiful folk music in some aspects. He's called Americana, kind of folk Americana, mixed with some Danish traditional music. This one is En Sang af Guld.
Faldende løv går fra grøn til gul. Endnu en omgang på livets hjul. Når træet er tomt og jorden fuld, hviler du trygt i en seng af guld. Min ven, dit efterår er her. Min ven, vi får snart ikke mere. Lyset er lavt med din skygge lang. Efterårsvind har en særlig klang. Bladene falder, forgår i muld. Sommeren falmer i en seng af guld. Min ven, dit efterår er her. Min ven, vi får snart ikke solen er gylden og evighed. Jeg hviler trygt, nu det tog dig med. For træet er tomt og cirklen fuld. Sommeren falmer i en seng af guld.
Our next song, For the People, is performed by Kym Gouchie. Kym was a guest, former guest on the podcast, and I really appreciated my conversation with Kym and all that I've learned from her and her music. And my understanding, we're going to be hearing a lot more of Kym Gouchie over the next few months. Kym Gouchie, For the People.
Tear down the church and build some houses for the people. It's what an elder said to me. Stephen Harper said he's sorry to the people. the apology. Intergenerations suffer, searching for identity. We are a nation of survivors, people strong, proud, and free. Our home and native land will keep us as long as we have air to breathe. Creator God, please forgive them. Fill our hearts with love and peace. Fill our hearts with love and peace. Well, hey, well, we are a people of resilience. We're not victims anymore. Every day we're getting stronger, stronger, stronger than before. No more chasing rainbows. We got our feet on solid ground. No more chasing rainbows. We're gonna be the right ones to be found. We're gonna be the right ones to be found. Well, hey, well,
Coming on now to Theo B. Veeus. It's a project of Joey Bauer, one of the early guests on the podcast. Joey has great music, does a podcast on movies, and this track here is Apex of Emptiness by Theo B. Veeus. That was Theo B. Veeus. And again, Joey Bauer can be found on the wonderful podcast Through the Booth Window. A great discussion, a lot of critical analysis of movies, and a lot of fun. Check it out. Next up, we have from the hallowed launch pad of Cape Canaveral, we have Spaaceweed with a little bit of thoughts about art, and then onto their track, Bong Lizard. Welcome, Spaaceweed. Here we go. One of the main questions we ask, and I know we started with this about art. You had mentioned some of your experiences with art. One of the things I was wondering is, do you have a definition of what art is? And if Francis, if you wanted to start, just what your thoughts about what art actually is.
That's really good. I think about it a lot too. I think there's a lot of aspects to art, but I think that it's also like a very prevalent and very important and also ingrained thing. You know, I think that it exists subjectively and everyone sees it all the time. And I think it exists objectively in the sense that it's like always around, so you can't it, you know.
Yeah, the perception of it.
Right, absolutely. It's like omnipresent, effervescent. Art is everywhere, you know. Whether or not you appreciate it or look at it, it's still there. I think, and I also think that it's like in a very experiential aspect of being human. Like, if you enjoy it and you do see where it is, you can see it in everything, and then you like have a connection to it. So it's an important thing, and it's what it is, I guess, exactly. If I were to put it into words, is just observing the created consciousness, you know, in a medium. That's what I would say it is. And
all right, Matt, what were your thoughts?
What's not art? Is my first thought. Like everything to some degree is art. Like the fork in my silverware drawer. There's 3 or 4 different kinds. Like, you know, get them from Goodwill. Just gonna lose them somehow. I don't know where all the forks go, but anyway. Have all these different forks open up. Each one has a different like squiggly design, a slightly different shape and contour, like different length of the whatever the pointy parts of a fork are called. The prongs.
if you
Oh man, that's good. No,
but, you know, like all those things are different artistic choices, and that's just the make a fork that you take for granted every day. Like, that's to me like what's not art. Everything is. Some of it's way more intentional and highbrow, or like, you know, banana duct tape to some shit. And then there's the practical, and then there's some space in between that I think is magic in all of it.
Yeah, I love that. Next up, we have a track from friend Greg Clifford. Brontide is the track. Greg's been on the show and part of our Irish friend troupe of the show, Rachel Lally, Emmett O'Brien, Jeff Finan. And this track from Greg, a really talented musician. I encourage you to check out all his material. Here we go. Greg Clifford, Brontide. Thanks, Greg. Everybody enjoy the track. Very happy to arrive back at the Well-Bred Mongrels with this cover of True Faith.
Feel so extraordinary, something too much. I used to think that the day would never come. I'd see the light in the shade of the morning sun. My morning sun is the drug that brings me near to the childhood I lost, replaced by fear. I used to think that the day would never come, that my life would depend on the morning sun. When I was a very small boys talked to me. Now that we've grown up together, they're afraid of what they see. That's the price that we all pay. Our valued destiny comes to nothing. I can't tell you where we're going. I guess there's just no way of knowing. I used to think that the day would never come. I'd see the light in the shade of the morning sun. My morning sun is the drug that brings me near to the childhood I lost, replaced by fear. I used to think that the day would never come, that my life would depend on the morning sun.
For this track, we welcome Kinneret Ely, who's a really great guest that I had on the podcast, a soprano singer, works and performs New York City, Tel Aviv. This particular piece is the final duet from Eugene Onegin, the Tchaikovsky adaptation of the Pushkin stories. There's a duet with Suchan Kim. Kinneret Ely, our soprano, taking us out.
Какой ответ
Нет, не тикас, но
This is Something Rather Than Nothing,